So the next lesson is on triangles, and so remember last lesson we did angle review. So today, the first part of your double, you'll be looking at triangles. So there's a few things that you need to remember, the facts. So we know that if you have all the internal angles of a triangle add up to 180, yeah, so we need to remember that. And also, if you have a look here, they're saying the exterior angles equal 180. But you could also look at that as it's like a straight line. Can you see that? Remember, like we were talking about the other day? Yeah, so you might know, if you know that's 20, you can see there's a straight line, so this one must be 160. So it's sort of, you know what I mean? You could use that fact, or you might have already picked it up from the other things that you know. All right, so other things we need to remember. If they tell you it's an equilateral triangle, so sometimes they might indicate it by telling you all sides are the same. If all sides are the same, that means all angles are also the same, and they have to be 60 degrees because it has to add up to 180. So just things that you'll have to sort of, the quicker you realise that, the quicker you'll be able to solve a problem later on. Okay, other things, if you hear them talk about a bisector, that's when you, it's when you are dividing the triangle in half, or it meets in the middle. So can you see we go from one tip to the middle of this other line, straight line side? Or if you went from, here's another one, you go from that tip to the middle of that line. So that's a bisector, and so they might say, if they're talking about passing through the midpoint, there's the midpoint would be there, yeah? The midpoint of a bisector, tell you the center. I don't really haven't seen too many questions on that, but just in case, they might show you in the diagram, so it's sort of irrelevant that you have to know what it is because they'll show you in diagram, but if they're using the word bisector, it might be that. Okay, also an isosceles triangle is you have two sides that are the same. So you can see they've indicated with that. So if you have two sides the same, the angles down there, are going to be the same. So if that's 20, then that makes that 20. So therefore, you know what the other one is, because if they add up to 40, that was a bad example, but so this means the other angle would be, so it doesn't look like 140, so I'm a little bit off there. But yeah, you know what I mean? So that's with that. Now, the other thing you might need to recall is the sum of the exterior angles will add up to 360. So what they mean by that is, see if you continue this line there, you've got this little angle here, and if you continue the other side, so they're saying all of those three angles will add up to 360. Once again, you probably see it with other ways. I reckon like through the straight line. I don't really ever hear kids say that fact to justify it. So we've got a couple of questions here which have the solutions there, but I'll just walk you through it. So they said find the values of the pronumeral. So if we have a look at this one, we already know that these two add up to 42. So we have to add up to 180, yeah? So we know that we can work out x is 138. So they've just pretty much done 180 minus 42 equals 138. All right, now if you know that one is, 138, the way you could look at it too is that you know that's a straight line, so that has to add up to 180, so therefore it is 42 as well. So y equals 42. You can also, there's also a rule where you know that this exterior angle there will equal those two added together. Okay, might make you a bit quicker if you remember that, but it's not a huge factor. It's not going to disadvantage you in any way. All right, now here, they've said down here, find the pronumeral here. So we've got 2x. So to me, that is an isosceles triangle there. So we've already got 100. They have to all add up to 180. So I've got 40 left over, but I've got to divide it by 2 because there's 2 of them. So that would be 20. Yeah, is that right? Oh, no, sorry, 80 left over. Yeah, sorry, 40 left over. All right, so that's just that one.